What if your business worked around school drop-offs and errands and everything else on your plate? And I'm not talking someday. I'm not even talking eventually. I'm talking about like right now with the right business, of course. So in this video today, I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like, and you can determine if this might be a good fit for you too. If you are brand new to my channel and maybe you just stumbled upon me for the first time, super big welcome to you. I'm just going to explain quickly something, and then this whole video will make so much more sense. So a moving box rental business is exactly what it sounds like. You rent out plastic reusable moving boxes to people in your community who are packing up and moving homes or offices. So your customers will reserve their packages on your website, you deliver the boxes, you pick them up when they're done. So that means there's no storefront, no employees, it's just you and your boxes. So now that you have a little bit of context as to what I'm even talking about, in this video today, I'm going to walk you through exactly what a real week looks like running a moving box rental business. And we are going to cover 3 things today. Number 1, what your week actually looks like day to day. You know, the busy weeks, the quiet weeks, and everything in between. Number 2 is what you're actually spending your time on when you're working, and how to know if this type of business is actually the right fit for your lifestyle. So by the end of this video, you're going to have a very clear picture of whether this fits into your life and what your next steps look like if it is a good fit for you. So let's just jump right in. If we've not met before, my name is Carrie. It's so good to meet you. I have been in the rental industry since 2007. And since 2021, I have coached over 140 women all across North America. And I've been coaching them how to start their own moving box rental business. That's why I'm so passionate about this. And I built this business specifically because I needed something that would fit around my kids and my life. Sound familiar? And I have a little story to tell you that I'm going to share with you, okay? So when I first launched my moving box rental business, it was 2019. I had 7 kids at home. I was running another business and I was doing like everything on my own. I don't know if there's any other ladies out there can relate to that, but yeah, it was kind of all on my shoulders. But 2 months after I launched, COVID hit. Life was very hectic, to say the least. But here is what I remember so clearly from those early days. So I'd be in the middle of like making dinner, for instance, right? I'd be maybe running off one of the kids to soccer practice or just completely buried in the day. And I would hear my phone ding, and it was a booking. Nobody called me, nobody emailed me, nobody was like texting me, asking me 100 questions. It was just that someone went to my website, they picked their package independently, they scheduled their delivery, they paid online, and I didn't have to be there for any of it. And I remember thinking, this is exactly the kind of business that I've been looking for. You know, it's flexible, it's quiet, it's like working in the background, all while I'm just living my life, right? And today I want to show you exactly what that could look like, you know, for the women that I've coached day to day, week to week, in real life. Make sure that you watch all the way to point number 3, because it's one of the points that most people just never think about asking, all right? And it might be the most important one for you to really take some time to think about. So if you're finding this helpful so far and you're a little bit intrigued, go ahead, give me a big thumbs up and like this video. It definitely helps more women find my videos, and it means so much to me. Okay, so let's jump in. Point number 1 we're going to talk about. I'm going to paint like a very, very clear picture for you, because a lot of people expect that this business will look like the same every single week, you know, like other jobs. It just doesn't. One week you might have 3 deliveries and maybe 2 pickups. The next week, maybe absolutely nothing. Nothing going in, nothing going out. And the week after that, maybe 1 delivery and a couple of texts to answer. It's always going to look different. And that is totally normal. According to the American Moving and Storage Association, over 31 million Americans move every single year. That is a massive market. And the demand, it's not as though it just dries up, right? It just ebbs and flows week to week, depending on your local market and the time of year, of course, just like the real estate market. It's always fluctuating, right? It's the same thing with our business here. So some weeks are going to feel super busy. Some weeks are going to feel very quiet. And both totally fine, no problem. Because this business is not about being switched on every single day. It's about showing up when it counts and letting the slow weeks just be slow. And that surprises most people when they first hear about this business, because we are so conditioned to think that a real business has to be like full on all the time. And this one, it just doesn't, okay? So I just wanted to give you kind of a clear picture of what to expect day to day. So now that you've got that, you know what a real week could look like for you, let's talk about where your time actually goes when you put the time into it, you know, when you're working on this business. So this is the part that surprises people the most, because there's really only three things. There's three things that you're spending your time on. First one, obviously, marketing, right? This is where most of your time will be going, especially in the beginning. Just like any business, you've got to put so much effort into a business at the beginning, right? And I want to be very clear on what I mean by that, because most people picture sitting at a desk for, 3 hours a day, 6 hours a day, posting on social media. That's just not what this is going to be looking like for you. What I mean by that is you're going to be showing up in your local community in small pockets of time. You might post in a local Facebook community group, for instance, while you're waiting to pick up your kid from school. You might send a quick email to a local realtor while you're sitting in a parking lot. You might snap a photo of your bins in your garage and post it on your Facebook page while you're having your morning coffee. Or you might be reaching out to a local moving company while you're watching TV in the evening. See what I'm saying? It's like these little things. It's the spare moments throughout your week. That's kind of what you spend the majority of your time on, is marketing. Second one is the bin prep, the crate prep, the moving box prep, the, what's another word they use for it? Tote prep, whatever you want to call it, okay? So when an order is coming up, you need to obviously make sure your bins are clean for your customers, right? You need to make sure they're stacked, ready to go, all set. And I'll be honest, it's not glamorous work, cleaning the bins, but it's very straightforward, it's very simple, and it doesn't really take too long. So that's the second thing that you'll be spending time on. And the third part of the business is really just about communication. The occasional text, the odd email, sometimes a phone call, but honestly, those are very, very rare in this business because your website will handle most of it automatically. And that's really it. And here is the perfect example of what this looks like in real life. Okay, so I have a student, she just graduated. Her name's Carrie. It's funny, same name. Okay, she spells it differently, okay, but her name is Carrie too. And she just got her first order today. She got, they booked a 3-bedroom home package, 60 bins, completely booked online. Nobody called her, nobody emailed her. It just came through while she was going about her day. This is exactly what you can expect if you were to run this business as well. All right, we're moving on to point number 3. And this is honestly my favorite one, because the truth is this business is not for everyone. I would just rather tell you upfront than have you jump in and realize, this ain't for me, right? So let me give you a few signs that this actually might be your thing. The first one, you're okay with an unpredictable schedule. Some weeks you'll have multiple orders. Some weeks you'll have nothing. If you can go with the flow, trust that the busy weeks will balance out the quiet weeks, you're going to be just fine, okay? The second sign that this is a good business for you, it's a good fit, is you are someone that can work in small pockets of time. You don't need a big dedicated office. You don't need a set 9 to 5 routine. You just need like 20 minutes here or an hour there, and the ability to squeeze things in between everything else that's already on your very busy plate, right? Now, the third sign is that you're okay with the occasional physical work. When an order comes in, you'll need to clean your bins, you'll need to stack them, you'll need to prep them for delivery like we've talked about. And it's not hard work, but it's real work, right? So if you're someone who doesn't mind rolling up your sleeves every now and then, this will feel like nothing. And the fourth sign that would really show you that this is a good fit for your life is that you are patient enough to trust the slow weeks. Those quiet weeks are not a sign that something's wrong. They're just part of the old rhythm, right? The women who struggle in this business are the ones who panic when things get quiet. The women who thrive in this business are the ones who use those slow weeks to market and to prep and to get ready for the next busy stretch. So let's bring everything all together today, okay? And I'm going to explain what you can do at the end of this if you're interested. So the first thing we talked about is what a real week actually looks like, the busy weeks, the quiet weeks, and why the unpredictability is completely normal and really nothing to be afraid of. Secondly, we talked about what you're actually spending your time on, marketing in small pockets of time and bin prep when an order is coming up, the occasional text or email, and that's kind of it. And then the third thing we talked about was how to know if this lifestyle is actually the right fit for you. If you can work in small chunks of time, go with the flow, trust the process, this business was built for you, my dear. And this is not a business that demands your whole day. That's what I love about it. It's a business that just fits around your day. And that's a very different thing. If you want to learn more about how this business works and whether it's the right fit for you, I have a free 3-part video series that will walk you through everything. So the first one covers how this business actually works. Video 2 covers how much you can make and what the startup costs look like. And the third video will show you exactly what to do to get started. I do have a link. It's right below in the description. So either click on the Canadian link or the American link, find the right one, go to it. You'll get free access immediately. And if you're not already a part of our community, I also have a free Facebook group. It's called the Women's Moving Box Rental Startup Group. So I also have the link in the description below as well. Okay, so just so you know, the community is for women only, but it is full of wonderful information. I go live there all the time as well. So if you found this video helpful, make sure to give me a giant thumbs up and also subscribe so that you don't miss the next one. Okay, we'll see you soon.